Where was I? How do you think I know the crazy shit you pulled off out there? I was there, out on the balcony, protecting my establishment.
That's actually true. You remember him from the corner of your eye, right behind you on the whirling balcony.
So, yeah, I guess I'm what you call a badass. Yeah, well, fuck you too then. You have any more questions or stylistic pronunciation advice? No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Hi again, gendarme. Oh yes, let's see. Sure. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his beer can in welcome.
Oh no, you fly solo on this one? Those guys have been going around town, crying about their new asshole. Cuno can't handle this emotional shit when he's off the lightning.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon. Elaine, look. It's the cowardly cop.
Huh? What?
He's very, very drunk.
Does he look like he's okay?
He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey, and he reeks of piss, sweat, and booze. While still alive, he has abandoned his own body to decompose.
He wasn't. That's the thing. Titus, Theo, Dennis, Angie, they're all gone. But he got away without a scratch.
There's nothing left. Nothing.
What a fucking pussy.
The eyes looking back to you from the narrow face.
That shit ain't helping anyone, asshole. The fuck you want with us anyway?
Titus is fucking dead.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy boys? Look around you, man. This shit is done. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighborhood, but who's gonna do it now? That wouldn't be funny, even if we weren't surrounded by the ghosts of our fallen friends. Damn songbird of misery, that one. God said she took off sometime before the firefight. That's all. Trying to remember if there was anything. Oh, yeah.
She's gone. Face it.
Yeah, you too. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight. Matinees owes you one.
Hear that, Detective Pig? You're a fucking hero now.
I wouldn't go that far, but you got a home here if you need it. And 2 busted up Union men who are grateful to you. So take care, okay?
Cuno's gonna scram now. Can't be seen with pigs. Can't shit on Cuno's good name. So yeah, see you on the C4 island. Try not to get shot or drunk again. Cuno's counting on your ass.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull. The red-dyed fuel oil glistens. This was painted very recently. And blood, some of it may even be yours. Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke. The flames warm your face. Then, a gust of cold wind, and the fire falters.
It's time to go to the island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime. There are 8 pairs of tracks in. You won't get far without.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics. So it goes. Now, what can I do for you? I doubt it. I do my best.
No one likes.
No
one. The pawnbrokers get.
Sure. Let me have a look. More than sure. Another time.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the way even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. What do you expect? Police officers get put into dangerous situations all the time. Sometimes they get shot. It's a rough trade you're in. Still, I'm sorry to hear about your partner. He seemed to be a decent enough sort. Won't dance with you? Is that what you look for in a partner?
You did call him a monkey fucker. That had something to do with it.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible. Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
You didn't only get shot.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead. Aye, I bet they are. The good ones, at least. Well, good for you. Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge. If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eye.
If you promise, see, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that? Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small...
Get the drink on. It would be...
Okay. Where's this going? Absurdly and pointedly phrased. You can be quite funny, officer. Anyway, what did you want?
She doesn't even understand you asked her out. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
And that iron. That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets.
Bullet shells.
I don't know what those are. They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
No. Yes. Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces. A suspicious request made out of fear.
I don't know. No, he doesn't live there. I don't know, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes. I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be. Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't.
The boy's eyes well up as he looks at you. They're dark and round. The wind tussles his hair.
Don't stop crying. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna stop crying, stupid. Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy.
The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense.
There's a...
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. There, this is now a rock and roll skiff. It'll keep you company on this lonely voyage.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last Want to be free.
The boat comes to a slow stop. You turn the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms, then the cliffs above you.
Good, you made it. I mapped the place out, and it looks like both of us aren't gonna make it. This is Death Island, the Hellmore. I don't know. Maybe Cuno's just pessimistic because of the massive speed hangover. I did scout the place out. I can fill you in.
The kid turns away from you. He hasn't been here before, either.
Talk to Cuno. Here, pig. We both found now. Performance pigs. Let's try not to shit ourselves. Totally, pig. Cuno's in the same shit every time he's coming off speed. You need to medicate that shit. You gotta hit magnesium when you get off the train, pig. I always hated to get the mag back. Magnesium pig? Cuno doesn't want to talk about this shit.
That is a look of a man who knows he'll be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
That toxic shit's behind Cuno now. Locust City. Cuno dropped that hard shit because Cuno's fucking poor and has shit for brains. You better not make Cuno fucking cry about...
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right.
This shit's cold?
The boy helps you out, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. Cuno flicks the switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up instantly.
Winning? We're doing this?
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Dunno. Looks like downstairs somewhere.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized. Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Been reading shit here. Hooked on the book.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment purposes, fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor. Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than that, you can't say. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Check this shit. Someone's been squatting here. Cuno knows because this shit looks like Cuno's place.
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, without really hearing it.
Hey, Cuno doesn't want to hurt your feelings, but you look like shit. Maybe you should lie down in the bed, like recover before. Cool, whatever.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Old hardware from the big power box upstairs. Circuit bender shit. Military grade. Try fucking with that one. It's red.
The door comes screeching to a halt. Behind it, you see a hole in the concrete wall, where light shines in. A sudden wave of anxiety makes you... No, it's more than that.
Fucking right! Cuno doesn't know, but Cuno wants to know. Why? The door is open.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange. The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life into it. There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall. This is B Triple Prime on the island, a single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butt. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri. There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10, the doomed commercial area. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker, you see in the window or not? Cuno fucking knew it. This is a sniper's nest, right? Fucking assassin action. Cuno barely understands what's happening, but he likes the shit out of it. Where? Right fucking on.
He feels uncomfortable.
Let's get a move on. We're out in the open here.
The greasy...
I'm gonna say it again. Kudo doesn't feel...
The bed is quite in. You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beat. You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's sleep. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. You may not be able to take this. Not this time. Not anymore.
I'm going to Morova, to live there in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality. Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say, then over her shoulder. Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway. No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not...
She does not silence. A distant wind blows. You can't...
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it.
As Queen Regnant, please, Harry, I just don't... Okay, stop. Yes, very well. It was a...
The light of the video rental.
It's here. There. You could not pay the electrical bill.
Surely the alcohol didn't help either. You are right.
The coolest. With the first and work. Yes, let's talk about that too. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair. Kiss me. Talk to me about anything. Go virtually anywhere in the world. And my crown of immortality. No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the all can't you see? Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome.
Your feet still tremble from the steps you took, as if over an enormous distance, standing against her. Her body close to you. She is not kissing you back. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew, brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions.
No, this has to end.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day? The morning? I don't understand. Oh my god, I can't...
This is
Then why are we doing... Yes, Harry.
a tiny golden watch with red...
That is very contested by modern historians. You're only saying this because you were very bad to me too. I am actually this thing you've made. My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all... I didn't ask for them
A warm gust wraps her gown around her waist. All the roads will miss her.
It will pass. Everything does. I have to, Harry. Really, no. That would only be light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. I have to wipe it all off me and be... That was someone else. Yes. I won't see you, but... Oh, Harry, right here. I'm suffocating. Oh, yeah. See you tomorrow.
Oh, there, man. You've been squealing and thrashing around. Crazy. And now you're bleeding too? Again? Yeah, Cuno saw that. A nightmare about bitches. Right? Pig takes it like a man. Good for you. Bitches always trying to damage you with psi weapons. Psi style. You wouldn't believe the shit Cuno sees about sea. Now let's get this shit back on the road, yo. Just make sure you don't die. Cuno's no fucking mortician.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
The what now? I can't hear you. I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up. I did. And you opened it. How? I should have burned that console down. Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
I told you not to play shitty rock. Fucking old man. Couldn't keep his rock in. Shh. You're making us look like
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done. It's a Triangong 446.
Whoa! Massive gun!
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a
It has stayed true to him. He can
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board. Yes, I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. Have you come to make me one of them?
His right eye twitches. With what? Fear? Rage?
Fuck yeah, this is happening!
He's high off the fear. Like an untrained fighter, he leans forward, back hunched, ready to spring.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. Looks like he knows the weapon. Yell at him now. Loud.
Fucking nah! The fuck? No fucking way. Not on Cuno's life. Officer Cuno's got his keel 89 pointed at your fucking head, and he is gonna blow it clean off if you don't drop.
Even with the intensity he's putting in those words, and the
Disarmed by a kid. It's out of bullets.
like an amputated his gaze follows, still warm from his pop, the rifles in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Signal.
This guy smoked a lot of people with this, huh?
No response from the old man.
Looks like old shit.
The old man does not answer. He just stares in front of him. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. Some kind of involuntary response? Something is slightly off with his motorics. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be...
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
Wait! Like the fucking ancient army?
Yes, I am from the Insulindian Citizens Militia. Recruited from Jamrock in 07. Trained in the École de Contrôle Arion. Consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 4.
No. I've been on other islands. I was an resurrection until they took 43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw. Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting. For her to return. Girl, child, revolution. Always. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do. I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took for reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic. The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower. huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room. I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring. Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was
Some kind of great terror, worse than you've ever seen.
the mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. That the bourgeois are not human. I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore. It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender. The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing, against the whole world. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone. Iblis.
He nods.
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
You're insane and grotesque. I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
Cuno's dad has this shit. Wine belly. The cops can take care of this, right? Medicine shit. With, like, facilities.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
You also have Druamine.
I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is a...
It's the little joys. There's nothing to look over. The triage I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
Cuno could do this shit. Live all alone.
Good, Kun. It's disgusting. It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night. What was it like? There was hope. A little hope. They needed to snuff it out. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock and others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead. At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching from bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms. I know. Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however. The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore. They stored leaflets there. A lot of our boys did. I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
The old man looks across the water.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. Murderers. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste Insolent. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army. Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party.
The old man does not answer.
My pig asked you a question. Quit.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise, he nods slowly.
No, you're not. All the real communists are.
The old man's the expression on there's definitely.
There's nothing serious in this world.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild, indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. And also flashes of lust simmering in there. Not too common in people his age. You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like there is definitely some...
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
Didn't he say?
I take them to cope with pain. The people of this city use painkillers because they have pain. Untreated illnesses. Not enough money for a greedy doctor.
It's not a downer, rather an upper. judging by his snaps.
Like some kind of decadent rock star. No, I'm not okay.
There it is again. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried?
I've used it for killing.
Here we even the...
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's I've used.
You mean like...
There is no after.
So he's continued. This is it. This is what you live. The great serotonin. The solution. Go in straight. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first.
The who now? Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the
Tear into him. The gun. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you...
Got nothing to say about that boomstick, huh?
Yes, it's a real gun. You look like imbecile.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
You let them all die. Who are you trying to prove this to, huh? Murder. I saw you poking around there because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck.
Wait, here it comes. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Wait, don't forget that you got it. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them. So many this year, too. The spring is come. Classier. With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about... Don't leave any loose end.
Everything is brands with you individual. Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped...
Corrupt.
The old...
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds. Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary left. I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
There, a hot flash of rage.
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Fucking hell!
Moronic, gloating psychopath.
A motive. There's some seedy motive here. Don't you feel it? Of course, this is only your meso... There's no high greater than a case solved for you.
I'm always looking.
You always creeping on people through your scope like that?
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like what you see,
Click.
then you pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now.
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now...
Her body sweating from the drugs, slick from cerebral hemorrhage. The caliber of bullet he used.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving, hiding something in the water. She had...
And beautiful.
Her passport and tickets to Riviere. And from there to Cachet Brut. Yes, after she'd gone. It was a... No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean... I did. She had a... I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachals that...
Wait, she was a spook? How did he come to that?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged. Some sort of sordid, bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio. Ha!
The secret path. He could have just changed his shoes. The prints in the dust were his.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing.
With a clip-point knife. Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass. I've been through all of Martinez. Yes, that, too. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Yeah, the lightning gets shit going.
He must know his way around a creaky floorboard and a rusty hinge on a door.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty. I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
And he found use for it. A spare key.
There's...
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there.
And inexplicable.
Her.
It was about...
There. Motive, detective. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't gone. She'd look.
Midtown. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines while being smaller, distant.
We can totally get more out of him.
Who knows? Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up.
Do you understand?
No, I don't want...
He's sweating. The pupils are dilated.
We don't need your permission. Do you need to talk about that?
There it is again, to your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being...
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat? What?
What a fart.
Your skin crawls. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you.
Tell me what you see.
Yeah, I can fucking see.
If he can see it too, then you're not totally insane. But that would mean it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender.
Be very careful.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez. The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. I knew we could trust you. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy... The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair. White and curled, reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else, in a lower pitch. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now. Looking up, no reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth. along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip.
Whoa! Maybe it's poison? Fucking hell!
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt.
I exist. Tell me what it's like for you. Fire? Where? I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood, but lymph, like sap from a wine palm. Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities told. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a... Are you sure? Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong. No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk. Yes, thankfully someone ate it. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect? He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration. Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulindia isoma. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical.
I went unnoticed by the first settlers, and the lands of I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Reverchol, district of Martinez, March 51. Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman turned from the ruin. She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, and something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there.
It's gone! Between those reeds there. Fucking Helican. The fuck? Is that ceramic? And more stuff? Like a nest in the reeds? We should peep it. Fucking hell.
What now?
Yeah, Grandpa's not looking so good. We need to check on him.